So, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Wellbeing Ritual. For today we're going to be doing a yoga practice, and we're going to be focusing on getting rooted and grounded. So that is Muladhara chakra, and physically that's all about the pelvis. It's about the soles of the feet and the legs, and working with this lower part of the body. So our practice today is going to be quite strong and quite dynamic. So of course you know that you adapt and change according to what feels good for you. I definitely am not planning on taking you somewhere where your body is uncomfortable to go. So anyway, most of you, I can't even see you, so you can freestyle this as much as you like. Always moving into the place that feels good, and we're only doing a 20-minute practice, so this is not an intensive experience. It's just exploration for the soles of the feet, how the feet and the legs are working, how we are supporting our foundation. So let's start by coming to standing. Okay, and let's have the feet slightly apart. Bring your hands to your waist, and you have this crest here of your hips. It's called the iliac crest, which is the place where you tend to place your hands when you have your hands on your hips. So just place your hands there now, and deliberately press down through those bones so that the soles of your feet become really connected to the floor. Soften the knees. Have a little wriggle. Let's take a couple of circles through the neck to check that everything is fluid and moving. So take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, drop right ear to right shoulder. Smoothly moving chin down to chest, and then inhaling left ear to left shoulder and coming all the way up and over. Watch that you don't drop your head back. You want to come up high and over. So we're making a nice big circle. Let's go one more time. And then we'll go the opposite direction, so left ear to left shoulder, chin down to chest, right ear to right shoulder, and coming up and over. Again, one more time. Well done. Coming to centre. Check there's no accidental tension left in the neck, and you're going to take some circles with the shoulders. Maybe take the hands off the hips to do that. Inhaling as they come up, back and down, exhaling. And if you have space, then take some big circles with your arms. And then with your knees soft, take some circles with your heart. It's quite a strange feeling sometimes doing circles in the heart when you're standing, mainly because it's not something we often do, but it's so freeing for the lower back in particular. And then changing direction. Maybe dropping the eyelids as you do this so that you really get a sense of how this feels rather than how it looks. And then see if you can start to circle your hips. And again, you might want to bring your hands back to that iliac crest here as you circle all the way around. And for myself, I know that there are parts of the circle that feel really effortless and graceful, and then there are parts that kind of, I don't know how to describe them. They feel like they take little shortcuts and they're straight lines rather than circles. And switching direction. And then coming up to centre, let's do some circles with our hands and our wrists. Feel into your fingers. And then taking your weight to your left foot and circling your right foot. both directions. And if you're on one foot, obviously you're working with balance, you're already starting to do a bit of a foot practice. You might also want to hold on to something to help you with the balance. Swap sides. Circling in both directions. And coming back to your feet. So we're going to take our attention down to our feet here. So place your hands on your hips again. Press down so that you feel really rooted through the soles of your feet. And let's come up onto the ball of the right foot and take a gentle circle with your ankle. So very sensitive, very gentle, no big movements here, subtle. And going both directions. And noticing how the ball of the foot feels, where the clicks might be. Where feels good. And then pick the foot up and place the top of the foot on the floor. And press so for me it's the tops of my toes. I haven't actually got the top of my foot, but everyone's foot is unique. So just pressing down so that you get that nice stretch down through the front of the foot, and almost as if you're dragging the foot forward. Although you're not technically moving, there's that forward moving energy to get that stretch. Well done. And then place the foot back down. Take the weight across to the right foot. Come up onto the ball of the left foot so the heel is as high as can be, and start to do some circles. There. So our feet can be really neglected, can't they? And lots of people have a strange relationship with their feet where they somehow don't like them, which is so odd because not having them would be a real difficulty. They're amazing, aren't they? The most incredible number of bones and muscles, and I'm a reflexologist, so to understand all these meridian points in the feet and how the whole of your body is represented by your foot, the sole of your foot. To not love your foot would be a really strange thing. Okay, so now laying the top of the foot on the floor. Maybe it's the toes, maybe you can actually get that top of the foot, and drawing the foot forwards energetically to get that stretch. And then coming to both feet. Having a little moment of foot love and saying a little bit of a thank you to your feet. How are they feeling now, even just from that? How much more connected are they? We're going to lift all 10 toes off the floor. Go sideways, it's easier to see. And then we're going to see if we can just take the little toes down. Now, I love doing this in class, mainly because you see everyone's hands, me too, hands trying to do it, and also tongues coming out. Both of which I don't believe are in any way helpful to the practice. But feel free, nobody's watching. Okay, second toe down, third toe, fourth toe, and then finally big toe down. And notice how maybe some of those toes just work as a team. They will not be divided. Inhale, bring all 10 toes up again. Let's go for a second round. So gently exhaling, little toe, second, third, fourth, big toe. And as you press the big toe down into the floor, connect with your pelvic floor. So those, for me, they're really interlinked. When I press my big toe down, I automatically get this Mula Bandha lift. See if you can find that. And then rocking the weight onto the balls of your feet, start to lift your heels up off the floor. And we'll all maybe have a little wobble. Take some breath. And see how high you can lift your heels. And notice what's going on in your hands as well. Try and keep them soft. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing the heels back down to the floor, soften the knees. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a warrior sequence. So the warrior poses are all really grounding. So let's start by taking feet wide apart. We're going to turn the right foot out 90 degrees. And if you were to draw a line back from that front heel, it would hit the highest point of the arch of the back foot. So they're really lined up together. And you're looking sideways on your mat. Inhale, open your arms wide, palms down. And as you exhale, you're going to bend your front knee. As you do that, just take a look down at your feet. Check you can still see your big toe over the top of your knee. And if you can't, then let your stance become broader, wider. Because you don't want your knee overshooting your ankle, if you can possibly help it. Let the shoulders come down away from the ears. Notice that you're still breathing here. And this is Warrior B. You're going to look out across the middle finger, the middle finger of your right hand. As you exhale, you're going to maybe come a little bit lower. And now take your eyelids down and bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. The back foot in particular, let's start there. So sometimes the little toe edge of that foot wants to curl up. Just check that it's pressing down. So the little toe is as involved in grounding you as the big toe. And then this front foot, the big toe is pressing down. And for me, that's the connection with the pelvic floor. Drop the back hand down, sweep the front arm up and over, keeping that front knee bent, just enjoying the stretch to the side body. As we take an exalted warrior. And then as you exhale, bring the right hand forward, and we're going to add a little bit of a balance. So we're now in Virabhadrasana B once again. The right hand is going to lead us forward as we take the weight into this front leg. Take as long as you need to. Right hand is going to head down towards the floor as the left leg rises and maybe the left hand rises. So my hand is hovering, but you can take hold of a wall, you can take hold of a book or a block, you can take your hand all the way down to the floor. It's entirely up to you. Square the back foot, so press the heel away and take some breaths there. Balance is such an interesting thing. Every day that we're here on this planet, we seem to lose our balance a little bit more unless we use it. So super important to keep it as part of your practice. Coming back gently to Virabhadrasana B. And now bring your hands to your waist. And we're going to swivel that back foot, lifting the heel, so we're coming into a lunge. So still the front knee is bent. You can soften this back leg as much as you need to. We're grounding, we're connecting to the earth. Take a nice deep inhale and a nice deep exhale. Reach the arms up high. And as you exhale, you're going to take the right arm back behind you and reach the left arm forward. So we're taking a rotated Virabhadrasana B. On the next exhale, drop the back hand down, sweep that left arm up. So we're taking a little bit of a side stretch here. Notice what's going on in your feet. Notice what's going on in your pelvis and your legs. And now on the next inhale, the left hand's going to guide you forward. I'm going to end up in my chimney if I'm not careful, but let's see how we go. So you're going to take the weight into that front leg. Left hand's going to come down towards the floor as the left hand rises, as the right hand rises and the left foot rises. So we're in a rotated half moon. I'm keeping my eyes fixed on the floor because it's so much easier to balance. But eventually you can take your gaze over to the side, so you come into a full rotation. And the back foot is still square, pressing out through the heel. Very gently dropping the back foot down. Let's come back into the lunge. Arms up either side of ears. Bring your hands to your waist and come sideways. So we're going to do that sequence to the other side. So now we're turning the opposite direction. The left leg leads and is pointing forwards. The right foot is lined up with the heel of the left foot. We're facing sideways on the mat, arms are open wide, and as you bend your left knee, just check you can still see that front toe. Gaze is along the middle finger of the left hand. Watch the shoulders are still away from the ears and the heart is lifting. Use your exhale to connect to the earth. Drop the eyelids. And let the back hand come down as the front hand, so the left hand, comes up and over. Inhale as you return. Just be sure that the soles of the feet are really connected. Again, connect mentally with the little toe edge of that back foot. And once we're really rooted, the left hand is going to lead us into the half moon. So the weight comes into that left leg and the left hand leads you forwards. Now I'm in a bookcase, which is super handy for my balance. Square the back foot. And this back hand can just hover, or it can come down to the floor, or it can come onto a block. Inhaling as you come back, Virabhadrasana B. Bring your hands to your waist. Let the heel of the back foot lift as you turn to face the short edge of your mat. Inhale, take the arms up high, so we're in a lunge. Feeling into that back foot, bending the front knee. And as you exhale, take the left hand back and right hand comes forward. On the next exhale, drop the left hand down, reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, take the weight into that left foot as the right hand comes forward, and we take a rotated version of half moon. Gently dropping that back foot down, making your way back up to the lunge. Bring your hands to your waist, swivel the feet, and step to the back of your mat. Have the feet slightly apart, soften the knees, keep the hands on the hips, roll your shoulders away from your ears. Take your awareness down to your feet here. Now we know through science and quantum physics that the reality is that no two things touch. We're a bundle of atoms bouncing off one another and nothing is solid. So as our feet are connecting to the mat, what's really happening is the atoms and cells of our feet are bouncing around with the atoms and cells of the mat. See if you can use the space between the atoms to go down through the mat, through the floor, through the foundations of your building, into the earth, into the soil or the rock or the grit or whatever may lay beneath you. See if you can travel down through that space between the atoms into the layers of the planet beneath you. As you go down, continue to go down, different textures, different colours, different layers, maybe great big lakes and caverns, past worlds, the fossils, until you get to the very centre of the earth and feel that sense of the timelessness that those layers give us. The infinite space between the atoms that connects us to the earth. And then bringing your hands to your heart center, dropping chin to chest, forehead to fingertips. And closing with the word namaste. The love inside of me sees the love inside of you. Namaste, everyone.